given what Shedeur went through and what you went through, watching tonight, does it make it almost more meaningful than just a football game?
I'm not going to say meaningful. We've already spoken like 3 times a day. We just got off the phone joking and clowning like crazy. But he's so prepared right now. A lot of people are approaching it like a preseason game. He's approaching it like a game. And that's how he's always approached everything, to prepare and to approach it like this is it. I just can't wait to see him get down tonight. But it's going to be a little weird. It's going to be a little strange. It's going to be a problem after tonight, though. I promise you that.
Kevin Stefanski just pulled the kind of coaching stunt that makes you wonder if he's actually trying to win football games or if he's secretly auditioning for a role in a comedy sketch about how to ruin a team. Because somehow, in the middle of all the hype around Shedeur Sanders, Stefanski thought it was a genius move to flat-out disrespect him with one of the most baffling quarterback decisions the NFL has seen in a long time.
Son, I love you. We've been on this journey, boy. We got the Lord on our side, son. Just set it up like this, buddy. God is so good, so faithful. He presented this opportunity to you and no one else. So I want you to go out there and make them remember your last name. Take your time, hold the ball, get rid of it. Completions. We want completions. Enough completions, we're going to run out of fuel. But mostly, I just want you to do you. Do your thing. Just because you're on a different stage, it don't mean it ain't going to be the same thing. You know who you are.
And trust me, if there's anyone you don't want to make mad, it's Deion Sanders. The man practically built his entire brand around being flashy, proud, and unapologetically protective of his family. You come for his son? Yeah, you're about to get blasted harder than a rookie corner trying to guard Tyreek Hill on a deep route.
I got a serious question for these fake-ass Dillon Gabriel fans. Are y'all genuinely Dillon Gabriel fans, or y'all just don't like Shadur and don't want to see him win that job or succeed at all?
So what exactly happened here? Stefanski had the golden opportunity to let Shedeur step in and prove himself, to show the world that he could actually hang at the NFL level. Instead, Stefanski decided, nah, let's bench the young star and throw all the momentum in the garbage. Because nothing screams head coach of the year like killing your fan base's excitement in one press conference.
The Cleveland Browns is not changing their depth chart when it comes to the quarterback. They're going to have Joe Flacco be starting, Kenny Pickett be second string, none other than Dillon Gabriel third and Shedeur fourth, which lead me to believe if they was to get rid of quarterback, it's going to more than likely be Shedeur.
Now, Browns fans, who are already allergic to anything resembling stability at quarterback, were watching this play out like a bad Netflix drama. Think about it. Cleveland has lived through more quarterback disasters than most franchises combined. They've had busts, backups, broken veterans, and the occasional guy who looks good for one quarter before collapsing like a cheap lawn chair. Finally, there's some buzz around Shedeur Sanders, the son of a football icon, someone who could bring swagger and attention to Cleveland. And Stefanski looks at all that and goes, nah, let's kill that vibe right now.
Acumen on the field.
Well, his nickname in my phone, and most of you know this follows us, is Grown. He's very mature. Grown, G-R-O-W-N. He's very mature for his age. He's very confident. He don't flinch. He never gets flustered. He's a most psyched quarterback in college football, and you can tell with the way he carries himself.
And the way it went down was even worse. Reports flew around that Stefanski didn't just bench Shadur, he did it in a way that screamed disrespect. No heads up, no grace, no, this is part of the plan. Just cold, hard rejection. You could practically hear the door slam in Shadeur's face. And Deion Sanders, being Deion, didn't take it lightly. He's out here letting people know he's furious, and honestly, who could blame him? If your kid's the quarterback and a coach pulls this kind of stunt, you're going to react like someone just insulted your entire family tree.
I think he proved he can play in this league. And I know it's preseason action, but let's not forget the manner in which he was born into this league and the manner in which he spent the first few weeks in camp. But I think what he accomplished is that whoever is playing quarterback for the Cleveland Browns in the regular season will get booed until he starts. I think
Interesting.
that is what he accomplished.
Let's not forget, Deion's entire coaching style at Colorado has been about loyalty, about giving his guys opportunities, about making sure they know their worth. And now he sees his own son, who worked his way up with all eyes on him, getting tossed aside like he's some practice squad nobody. Stefanski might as well have poked a hornet's nest with a stick because Deion's not going to sit back quietly.
At the end of the day, they will go with Joe Flacco. The question is how are they going to keep 4 quarterbacks on their roster? Because Dillon Gabriel did look good, although if Shadur had the turnovers that Gabriel had, people would have been sending him to Canada.
Factual.
That said, the only thing I think Shedeur has accomplished with what he did against the Panthers is I believe it accomplished him to say, I hear all the noise and I'm going to either silence it.
Listen, I think he's done an amazing job from the day that he's got there. I think he is, he's unique. He beats to his own drum. He's going to be different than a lot of guys that you're going to see around the league. But, the one thing, knowing his family, knowing his dad for a long time, well prepared for the moment, well prepared for everything that comes with being in the NFL and playing the quarterback position. So I think for him, he's done the right thing every step of the way. At the same time, you want to continue to be yourself, right? You don't want to change what's made you great and something that's ingrained in your DNA. So I think for him, looking at it from an outside perspective, somebody that obviously has ties to Cleveland, just keep going.
Meanwhile, the Browns locker room has to be looking around like, wait, did our coach really just sabotage us? Because let's be real, quarterbacks aren't just football players. They're symbols. They're the face of the franchise, the heartbeat of the team. When you publicly disrespect your potential QB1, you don't just hurt the player, you shake the entire locker room's confidence. You've got veterans wondering what direction the team's actually going in, rookies questioning if the coach even knows what he's doing, and fans foaming at the mouth on Twitter begging for Stefanski to be fired.
Whether it's merited or not, and I think Flacco, though, can silence the boos more than any of them because of what he did when he was comeback player of the year a few years ago. And plus, I think he still got it. And that's why I think he's going to be the starter there. And the whole Dillon Gabriel business of what he said on the sidelines during this preseason contest. I believe he was talking with Aditi Kinkhabwala, my longtime colleague at the NFL Network, about how he handles all of the conversations involving him in a competition with Shadur and obviously Kenny Pickett, who didn't play either, and Flacco. This is what he had to say in response.
It's just part of it. There's entertainers and there's competitors. And I totally understand that. And my job is to compete. And that's what I'm focused on.
And oh boy, the fans. Brown's Twitter might actually be more dangerous than Deion Sanders when it's angry. They've been waiting decades for something, anything, to believe in. And here comes Stefanski yanking away their new hope before it even had a chance to shine. You'd think the man would at least let Shadur throw one interception before benching him, but nope. Apparently, Stefanski's patience runs shorter than a TikTok video.
Tillman, the man in motion for the Browns on second down. Gabriel's being chased once again. This time he's going to duck it.
Bro, why not keep running? His little ass was scared. Right, come on, he slid too early, bro. You couldn't fight for the extra yards and get out of bounds, bro. You got an intimidated game. Come on, bro.
Blitz coming. Gabriel, right on
Another
time.
2-yard route.
Good for another Browns first down. You probably not. You did it, not me. Yeah, that's true. Third down and short. That's going to be another first down.
Shake down.
Cleveland's converted now on 3 third downs. Pierre Strong making the catch. And this is the first time he's ever put on an NFL uniform. On first down, timing play, and sitting down in the middle of the defense, making
What,
the catch.
Hitch? Come on, y'all. What's that, 7 yards? Come on, man.
They're absolutely battling for starting jobs on this team. First down for the 28. Gabriel all day to throw the ball. And there's his first incomplete.
So now we're left with this circus. Deion's furious. Shedur's embarrassed. Fans are outraged. And Stefanski? He's just standing there with that same confused expression that every Browns coach seems to adopt right before the owner fires them. Honestly, if you look at the history of Cleveland coaches, Stefanski might as well start packing his office supplies into a cardboard box right now.
when it comes to the Browns organization, do you think that they're equipped to nurture a unique talent like him?
Who knows what's going on in that building? I mean, from my time there, yeah, it was
I'm crying.
interesting experience, but maybe throughout the years things have changed and they've got a little bit better handle on things.
So that's Johnny Manziel there, but he did speak about this. Them trading Baker Mayfield too.
Speak about Cleveland.
Let's see.
As much as I speak about Cleveland, and always will probably have a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth with how things went. I want the best for them.
I'm trying to understand, because I'm with you. Why wouldn't they be competing in practice and preseason to become a starter? Why wouldn't you want, if you Kevin Stefanski, and you know that a lot of this stuff is predicated on probably your job in the next couple of years, however long you last, why wouldn't you be trying, day one, if it's Kenny Pickett, Shadur Sanders, and Dylan Gabriel, why are you not trying to find out if they can start for your football team before the season?
The worst part is, Stefanski probably thinks he was being strategic. He'll spin it into some nonsense about game management or developing players at the right pace. But let's not kid ourselves. This wasn't strategy. This was sabotage disguised as coaching. This was Stefanski basically saying, I'd rather sink with the ship than let Shedeur Sanders be the one who saves it.
Yesterday's attendance for the game between the Cleveland Browns and the Philly Eagles was 69,876. That was a sold-out crowd. But the game last week, all headlines screamed 2.2 million people tuned in. And all of us, between the uncles, the aunts, and the cousins, we were all talking and we were like, there's no way. There had to be more. Ding, ding, ding. And indeed, there were. If you go and you Google and you look it up, every headline reads, the NFL Network, 2.2 million. But they didn't discuss how many people tuned in to the local affiliates at ABC, CBS, NBC, as well as Fubo, Sling, and those who are watching it on the app.
And here's the kicker. If Shadur goes somewhere else and lights it up, Stefanski's done. Deion will never let him live it down. The fans will revolt. The media will roast him every single week. Imagine being the guy who could have had Deion Sanders' son as your quarterback, but you decided to disrespect him instead. That's going to haunt Stefanski longer than any blown playoff lead.
I've seen Colin Cowherd defend college basketball coaches who have gotten a DUI, come to their defense and say they didn't need to be fired, that they deserve a second chance. But Shadur Sanders drives 40 miles over the speed limit, gets a 101 ticket, and Colin Cowherd comes on his show today and says he's out on Shadur Sanders. He's seen enough. He can't support him anymore. He can't be in the Shadur Sanders camp because of this speeding ticket. The hypocrisy is just alive and well. It's awesome, isn't it? If I had one piece of advice to give to Shadur Sanders, it would be this. You have to recognize that you're not going to be treated the same as the rookies who were drafted alongside.
At this point, the Browns' season isn't just about wins and losses anymore. It's about whether Stefanski can even survive the storm he created. Because when you combine angry fans, a furious Deion Sanders, and a disrespected Shadur, that's not just drama. That's a full-on reality show waiting to explode. And if we've learned anything about Cleveland football, it's that the ending is never pretty.
So it was 2.2 that was reported by the NFL Network. I went and dug a little bit deeper. As it turns out, there's approximately 8.8 million people that tuned in. And the reason that number is significant, because the NFL recognized 3 million people did not watch the game yesterday. That was a nice little drop, because Shadur Sanders was benched. Howsoever, everybody that was there in Philly paid to see, regardless. So now you kind of have to wonder if all this cryptic conversation that Kevin Stefanski has whenever he is asked a specific question about the team, His quarterback room, why we tap dance around it and we don't get a direct answer until the 11th hour.
So buckle up, because this Stefanski versus Deion feud might be the most entertaining battle of the season. Forget touchdowns, forget field goals. The real fireworks are happening off the field. And if Stefanski thought benching Shadur was a smart move, he's about to find out what it really feels like to be tackled by Primetime himself.